of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
OMG. Okay, there are already so many people who are literally like in the chat. So that's crazy. Hello Jet, hello Phoenix, hello Michaela. Oh my gosh. I'm hoping y'all are really good. I'm doing really well too. Injecting myself over here. But hi. Well, happy Friday. I'm working soon and I just got out of some drama. Ooh, drama. Tell us about the drama if you are morally and legally able to. Hello. Happy Friday. Hope y'all are doing well. I kind of just said that, but I'm getting kind of into the swing of things. Today, I want to be building this set because I'm excited to. A poor relationship? Oh no. That is the worst kind of drama to be in and the best kind of drama to get yourself out of. I hope you're doing well on the other side of that. Because that's always tricky. It's always kind of a double-edged sword. Working on yourself, but you have Lego news. Share your Lego news. I'm a big fan of Lego news. And while you're doing that, I'm going to start opening up this. Well, I'm going to start by showing off this box. I think this box is really fun. This is the Ninjago Legacy Lloyd's Titan Mech remake, and I have the original right here for comparison. So I'm going to be opening this up, building it, comparing it to the original, and that would be it. Side things. New rumor for new Flying Dutchman set in 2027. What? Oh, my camera just went away. I'm wondering... Oh, it's Gotham. He's sitting on the keyboard. Thank you. Sorry about that. My cat sat on my keyboard. So sorry about that. Cat on the keyboard. Cat sat on the keyboard. Switched my scenes. It should be coming back. Hopefully you can see this by now is fixed. Oh my lord. Okay, so yes, so new Flying Dutchman set in 2027. That's crazy. They just did you get the Captain Jack's pirate ship set that came out last year? 'Cause I have a friend who got one of those, and it was I have seen it now in person, and that is an absolutely beautiful set. And I feel like those two would go really well next to each other. I'm gonna start by opening this up. Don't play with knives, kids. Please be safe. You're iffy about that one. Okay, why are you iffy about that one, but excited about the Flying Dutchman? I think it's so crazy that in the year of our Lord 2026, we have like Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego Pirates of the Caribbean both back, both like staple themes of kind of the late 2000s, early 2010s, and they're both back for some reason. All right, here we go, the unboxing experience. Here we go. Ooh, paper bags. That's fun. I haven't gotten paper bags in a while. Turn you up a little bit better. Could use more minifigs. Interesting. That set has so many minifigs, doesn't it? I think it has a ton. Oop. Well, some plastic bag in here still. What minifigs would you rather see that weren't in it? They really put bag one all the way at the bottom. That's crazy. Crazy business. The characters are good, but I mean, if they bring them back, I mean, having relieved would have been nice. Okay. I feel like if they're doing the Flying Dutchman, that's ripe for some really cool minifigures too, because you'll end up with all of Davy Jones's crew, which is going to make some really cool minifigs. Are they transitioning to only paper bags? Yes, theoretically. So they have claimed, but your mileage may vary. From what I've seen, a lot of countries in the EU have gone all paper bags, but they announced that they were going fully paper bags, 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Ooh, this is nice. My sticker sheet is nice and uncrumpled because it's in this paper container. And so yeah, they said that they were going all paper bags, and then they haven't. This is probably the closest I've seen, but there's still this. Also, there's still so much like paper and ink and stuff in this instruction manual that whatever. It's more of just Captain Jack's crew, but lacks Oh, yeah, lacks Barbossa's crew. Okay. That is a fair criticism. Do you think they're going to do the same thing with the Flying Dutchman, or do you feel like it's... Because now we have Jack's crew, so it's not like we're going to get a whole lot more of that. Pat want lunch. So bad. He's a little food fiend. Oops. I didn't need to scatter those quite as badly as I did, but here we are. I'm excited to build this. I'm a little bit nervous because I am... Oh, that's... Okay. Let's read this. Okay, so it says, a Titan Reborn, released in 2019, Lloyd's Titan Mech 70676 has redefined the aesthetics of mech design in the Ninjago world, and it remains one of the all-time fan favorites. A whole collection of Titan Mechs have been made following its footsteps, and now the classic has been reimagined for our 15th anniversary with more details and articulation than ever. And they give it in different languages as well. I like that they show all the different Titan Mechs that have come out, although hilariously, they now have 2 more at the end of this, so that's silly. This is the weird thing to me, is that they include... Okay, let me back up. Part of the reason why I want to build this set is because I wanted to make a video about the change of silhouettes in remake sets like this. And so listen, I'm predisposed. I don't think I'm going to like this set because I like that set a lot, and they're very different. So it's because the remake, I don't know, I just don't think it looks a whole lot like the original. So it's weird that they then include screenshots of it from the show when this version doesn't look a whole lot like the one from the show. I think that's a... Why draw attention to it? Whatever. Let me catch up on chats real quick. 2 guys, 1 missing the eye would have been nice. If they do the Dutchman, probably would focus on Davy Jones' crew and hopefully would add the organ. Ooh, the organ would be awesome. I have watched At World's End, but I haven't watched it in a really long time. I think I remember watching it in theaters, and then I haven't seen it since. To be fair, I haven't watched a Pirates of the Caribbean movie in a very long time. But somebody recently mentioned Pirates of the Caribbean to me as Pirates Epic Fantasy, and I'm a big epic fantasy guy, so I kind of want to rewatch them at some point. Games guests, how's it going? Looking forward to your opinions on the set. I want to say you had some reservations. Glad I caught this live. I do have some reservations. I have a lot of reservations. I'm not thinking I'm going to like this set, but I want to give it its fair shot because I've been criticizing it a lot, very publicly, and you know, maybe I should give it an honest go of things. First off, crazy that they put Lloyd, the ZX remake version, in here, compared to when they just like didn't remake the original. And there's not even... Here's the original figure that came with the original set. And if you ignore the armor piece, which actually I think they're still making the armor piece, but whatever. If you ignore the armor piece, there is nothing in this minifigure that they don't still make. It's just graphic design. They could have remade this minifigure. There were no new molds, but instead they went with this one. And by the time I finish this, like I've already got one up there. I'm going to get another one in the old town. By the time I finish this wave, I'm going to have so many of this one figure. So, okay. Pirates of the Caribbean joke. If they have the Black Pearl and the Dutchman, they need the Endeavor. Lord Beckett's ship. Gotcha. If you know, you know. Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh wait, is it the one where they're all swirling around the whirlpool? Because that would be sick. Someone should make a mock of that. You guys are gonna have to let me know too how the audio sounds, how the music is balanced, if you can hear it, how my voice is. I know I was clipping a little bit earlier, but I'm hoping that I've fixed that decently. This minifigure, I am very excited about because we did not get a version of it. We've never seen a version of him before, and the original Titan Mech had all the other Blizzard Samurai characters in it. And then little fun fact, little Brickstorian fun fact here. This helmet still exists, so normally they retire molds after 5 years. It had been more than 5 years since this set came out, but this helmet still exists because for Ninjago Crystallized, they were toying around with making a version of this that was gray or silver, I think, with a purple crystal bit up here. And so because they were using it for that demo, they have the mold still around. That's after the Maelstrom. Someone did make a mock of that. That's crazy. I want to see it. Muppets Treasure Island. Heck yeah. Audio is good. Music is audio. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Glad that sound is good. Okay. So, let's dive right into things. The Black Pearl and the Flying Dutchman destroy the Endeavor, which would make the ships nice for that. Oh, you could just drop the ship. That'd make a cool mock out of it, right? That'd be cool. People would like that. Just pick up the ship and drop it. Move this slightly down this way. So you can kind of see more of what I'm doing. Oh, I apologize for the shaking of this camera. There we go. That's a little bit more comfortable for me. I zoned out who's the non-Lloyd minifig. His name is Grimfax. and he's one of the Blizzard Samurai. He's one of the main ones. I get him and General Vex confused, which is really embarrassing, and I'm gonna have to rewatch the show. But he's one of the Blizzard Samurai, and he's the only one that we didn't get in the original wave, and he's rather important, if I recall correctly. I feel like a bad Ninjago fan that I don't actually remember who he is, and I definitely should have looked that up in advance. But, oh well. We learn. So the ship's turn and spun, which made a nice touch for that. Oh my god, whoa! The Mach-E-Gluter, working motor, and... oh my god! That's crazy! So they're all spinning around, like, in real... like... physically? That's insane. How big was that Mach? Good lord. If I get the Black Pearl, I would need the Flying Dutchman too. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. So when Michaela and I watched this season of Ninjago, which is season 11, for the first time... no, actually, Michaela, that wasn't the... I don't know if you did guess that twist. I know you guessed the twist of Master of the Mountain, which is who the villain was. I guess you probably also guessed the twist in this one as to who the villain was. I don't want to spoil it, though. But you did guess the twist pretty early on, and I am very proud of you for that. Hopefully it goes on sale soon, so I'm not paying $400. But yes, they were spinning. Yeah, I have a friend who got it, who was like saving up for it as like their favorite like Lego set that they wanted really badly. And then some other friends of theirs got it for them for their birthday. And it's the only Lego set that they own, as far as I know. But what an awesome set to be the only one you own. But yeah, it's kind of expensive. Fully acknowledge that. Lego's making a lot of really expensive, adult-oriented display sets these days. Someone should make a YouTube video about that, I think. It's been a while since I've gotten to build a Lego set like this, just from the instruction manuals. I've been doing a lot of like set restoration recently, which is just getting a bunch of parts and piecing them together from like what I can find. It's been a while since I've done this with like bagged parts. You know what I mean? Like everything's all laid out and you just follow the instructions and go. It's nice. Man, I get why people like this Lego hobby thing. Ooh, this is have I seen this piece before? It's like a little L plate that is a little bit curved. What? I come back with news. Tell me your news. Tell me, news boy. That's you. That's your role now. The creator was Jackson Worley. Am I saying that right? Worley? Originally had the idea at 8 years old, and it's over 10,000 pieces. That's a crazy impressive mock. Did he use the ship designs from sets, or did he design the ships like organically all on his own? Because I know that there were Pirates of the Caribbean sets, but I don't think they were really big enough for that big of a mock. I guess they weren't. yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Did he have the idea when he was 8 years old, or did he start building it? He started building it then. That's nuts. Then again, there's some crazy creative kids things. I just recently went to a convention up in the North Shore of Massachusetts. That was very cool, and there were some kids doing some crazy mocks on display. They were very impressive. Looks like he used the designs based off the ship but made a minifigure. Oh, heck yeah. That's crazy. Did I miss something? No, I don't think so. He was playing with Mega Bloks. Okay, so yeah, so I know that Mega Bloks made some really large Pirates of the Caribbean sets when I was a kid, and I was big into Lego. Some family friends, I guess, either bought me or gave me their like kids Mega Bloks sets of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I remember the minifigs being really like detailed. Which I guess they can be if they're Mega Bloks. Really? This just connects with the one set of... That's kind of spotty. Have 3 copies of Kai's Dragon Mech Battle Pack arriving today to make a larger mock version of the build. Wish me luck. I do wish you luck. That sounds awesome. What are you going to do to change it up? Oh, I definitely missed something. Hang on. Oh, well, part of it was that I put this on sideways. Whoops. Yeah, okay, these are just supposed to go on here and make that a flat plane. That's what was... That's even... So we brought the idea to life once the theme for the convention was announced. Yeah, no, that's the one thing that I wish that I was a little bit better at, was mock building. I'm unfortunately much more of a collector than I am a designer or builder, and I really want to get better at that somehow, someday. You guys asked for the Black Pearl for Christmas. The amount that you seem to be excited about it, I agree. I think you should. It is, to be fair, a beautiful set. And hey, maybe they'll... I mean, I keep hoping for this with Lord of the Rings as well. I keep hoping that they'll make smaller sets that have the minifigures that they haven't put in the big sets, like your Minas Tirith and your whatever. And I don't think it's gonna happen with Lord of the Rings, but maybe it'll happen with Pirates of the Caribbean. They'll come out with some new sets, some smaller sets that have some of those minifigures from Barbossa's crew that you wish you had. I like that it comes. Doesn't it come with Barbossa, and it has a reversible head to make him scary and skeleton-y? Also, not gonna lie, I actually don't think I know the names of any of Barbossa's crew. I know most of Captain Jack's crew, and I know some of Davy Jones' crew. Actually, kind of spooky timing that you mention it, because I just recently saw a YouTube Shorts clip that someone posted with a deleted scene from one of them that was showing off Bill Nye. It was a deleted scene, so they hadn't done the VFX for it, but it was Bill Nye doing his Davy Jones performance, and just a crazy intense scene. These both go like this? Yes, they do. Oh, remind me when I'm missing pieces that there's stuff under here. I'm terrible at mock building as well, and will be largely inspired by Mechalaro's rebrickable designs. Makes it larger, provides more articulated joints, adds bulk. Oh, heck yeah. Did I do this backwards? I think I did do this backwards. This one's supposed to be facing the other way, so that's symmetrical. Yeah, that's how it was. What was it? Last year, I made a mock of Obi-Wan, Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter, and I based it off of one that someone had, off a mock that somebody had already made for Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, and also partially off of the Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter set that they officially released. And then I did some color swapping, and I built a bunch of it in Bricklink Studio beforehand. So I basically just took the Obi-Wan set and put it into Bricklink Studio, made the changes that I wanted to make based off of the mock that I had seen, and then just did color swapping for everything else and bought it all through Bricklink. And that was a pretty fun experience. Definitely made me like warm up to the idea of mock building. My problem with mock building is that I prefer doing it in person, I think, in general. And doing it in person is... Oh, no, this goes on here. Doing it in person is tricky unless you have enough bricks for it. In your physical collection. Which you often don't. So then, that's why so many people do it in studio. But there's something that you're missing building in studio. Like, you're missing a tacticality of it. And I'll you can kind of change things up. Is it going here? Yeah. If something doesn't work, you could try different kinds of connections. So maybe some combination of those, I would end up getting better at it. But it's a skill that I'm very jealous of. Hopefully there's not ads playing on the music that I have going. You guys will have to let me know, because I installed some ad blockers. It's royalty-free music, but I installed some ad blockers to make sure that there weren't any ads that popped up for it, and hopefully it's working. I have to imagine that this is the cockpit here, and that's gonna go something like that, right? Just like on the original. Couldn't agree more. Tacticality, and yes, I wish I could see in my mind how these pieces could potentially go together as a kid might. Yeah, for sure. Interesting that you mentioned as a kid might, because yeah, I think that kids have a certain imagination quality that maybe we as adults have lost sight of. But I like to think that the best way to solve that, the best way to get better, is to just build sets and build a wide variety of sets. I've been kind of challenging myself to. I mentioned earlier that I was doing set restoration. And for me... Oh, wait, did I put these on the wrong sides? No. Oh, I'm supposed to spin it here. Oh, I see. Okay. For me, I build a lot of Ninjago sets, and I build a lot of Star Wars sets, and I build a lot of these, very specific kinds of play sets that are mechs and ships and temples and that kind of thing. But what I don't build a lot of, and what I've been learning to build more of, are vehicles. So I had a friend recently donate to me their old Lego collection, and it has a bunch of Lego City sets, old fire trucks, every single police car from a particular wave, which I think is hilarious that somebody collected all of those. They were like, yes, I'm going to get all of the police vehicles. And so I've been building those and just learning more about how the city designers build their sets as opposed to the Ninjago and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings types. And so I think by just building more, the more you build, the more you learn about connections, and the more you get to play around with these things, I think that makes us better builders at the end of the day. You asked for the set for Christmas? Big. Heck yeah, dude. I'm manifesting that. I hope that comes your way. I haven't worked out yet what my Lego Christmas list is going to be like this year. There's a lot of sets that I like, but not a lot of sets that I am particularly motivated to like ask someone for. A lot of the sets that I asked for last year from family and friends were sets that were retiring. So my mother-in-law got me a copy of, actually it was my brother-in-law, got me a copy of the Dark Falcon set from Star Wars, and I was blown away by that. Very incredibly grateful. So now I have a copy of that before it retires. Uh-oh, Skedios, your boy's missing a piece somewhere. Is this the day? Is this the day I'm missing a piece? I've been dreaming of this day. Hang on, let me go check my bags. Ah, I found it. It was in the bags. For someone who builds so much Lego, I've been dreaming of the day that I'm missing a piece, and I get to write to customer support and be like, "Hey, I'm missing a piece." But that day simply will not come. My daughter will do things with my sets that I would have never thought of, simple or not. Their imaginations are so impressive. Absolutely. That's why I think it's so important that Lego stays. Like they're expanding a lot into adult sets, and they're really kind of leaning into that. And I guess that's fine. Like, there's a lot of people who really enjoy it, and there's a space for that for sure. But I'm hoping that they always continue to make sets for kids, because kids are going to have so much. Kids just have so much fun with it, and they should, and it should spark their imagination. My wife and I are still a little bit out from having kids, but we were building a Creator 3-in-1 set last night. We were talking about things that a kid may or may not have difficulty with in specific aspects. And I like seeing sets that are built more for kids. What is this set rated for? What is this? Hang on. This is 14 plus. So, we're doing a lot of studs on the side techniques here. Oh, I forgot these. Oh, I definitely missed these going down here. There we go. Oh wow, my computer was not plugged in this whole time. Thought it was, but it's just casually dying over there. I'm a Castle guy and Ninjago and Lord of the Rings and Monkey Kid and so on and so on. So Castle and minifig mocks come out a bit easier to me on that front, to your point about familiarity. Yeah, that makes sense. But like the more you have experience with something, the more natural it is to you. That absolutely makes sense. I've been looking to get... Oh, hang on. You might appreciate one of the sets that I've been restoring, that I happen to have right here on me, is this set. Let me rotate it up this way. Hopefully you can see that in frame. I'm still missing a couple pieces. I'm missing the Dark Wizard's beard. But I've got all the shiny gold pieces down in this treasure chest. The dragon obviously is awesome. So that was given to me by a friend, for which I'm very grateful. And I just finished building that, and I just finished building this Lord of the Rings, or Hobbit actually, Attack on Lake Town set. Both of which are sets that I never got back in the day, but are just such cool. I don't know. I miss that style. I miss castle sets being accessible. Alas, now all we get is a really expensive 3-in-1 castle with the Horse Knights, and like the Lion Knights castle and such. I wish that they would make more. I got really big into Fantasy Castle era when I was younger. Somebody got at one point the King's Castle Siege, the big one with the dark red dragon, and that set I'm itching to rebuild because it seems like, actually, you know what would be a good exercise for me at least is I should rebuild some of those old castle sets, especially some of the ones that are like a little bit flimsy, and then like build them out somehow. Like find a way to make them updated or something like that. Ah, she's a beaut. I agree. But you know, if you could take like some of the older castle sets and turn them into, I've seen somebody make like giant yellow castles, a la the old style. But like if you could take the fantasy castle and turn it into a Lion Knight's castle style and scaled set, I feel like that would be a lot of fun. A good building exercise. Is this our front panel here? I suspect so. Like that, yes. And Monkey Kid's a really interesting one. I haven't gotten as into Monkey Kid as I want to check it out. A lot of their mech designs seem really cool. And obviously I'm getting more and more into mechs as time goes by. My problem with Monkey Kid is I've just never seen them in person. I've seen them on Lego.com, but I've never seen a Monkey Kid set in stores. And I always thought that was weird because people talk about how like nobody's buying Monkey Kid, and I know that like people are worried that people are pretty sure that Monkey Kid is getting canceled this year, which is a bummer because I would totally have bought more Monkey Kid if it was ever on store shelves. There we go. Perfect. So that's our front panel. This is kind of thicker than I was imagining, but it's not bad. What is if I take this off? Up there. Yeah, the back is nice. Drat. I hope if I end up eating my words on this set, I'm gonna laugh. They just announced yesterday the animated series is returning. Oh my lord. It was largely distributed in China and Lego stores alone. Gotcha. I hope that they make a bigger push for it to be bigger in the States. Because I've heard that the show is very good. It's on my list, but first I want to finish getting through Friends. And obviously, I'll look Ninjago, but I'm caught up on that. Great timing to check out Monkey Kid, and you'd love it as a Ninjago fan. The thing that I'm scared about with Monkey Kid is I'm scared that I'm really going to enjoy it, and that's going to be a really expensive enjoyment. I can't afford to get like super into a new theme again. But yeah, I think if it's like on the line and the show is returning and they've given it a second chance, absolutely, I will go check that out. Honestly, you're right. Good excuse to watch it. I love that. I've just recently been getting into. I've been watching Friends a bunch to kind of get behind that a little bit more, get caught up on that. I'm caught up on Ninjago. I'm caught up on Chima. I've watched a little bit of Nexo Knights. And I've watched now. I just recently watched the first Bionicle movie because I realized I actually never like I have Bionicle sets, but I never like watched the movies when I was young, and so I never like was as into the lore. And I'm 2026 is my year where I'm speed running Lego Media. Oh, it's gonna be on YouTube for the first time. Oh, heck yeah. That's what they just recently did. They just recently did that with all of Ninjago, too, which is great because they were pulling it off of Netflix. So I'm glad that it's getting that home. It's made it phenomenally more convenient for me and other people to watch. Where was Monkey Kid before this? Was it on Netflix and I just never saw it? Where is that piece? I need a 1x3 and there it is. I found it. Okay. I just recently found out that it's a bad example. But these little round small bits on the bottoms of plates and on the bottoms of bricks are the same width as a bar element. And every day I learn new things about how Lego connects to itself. I've been reading The Secret History of Lego Bricks recently, and they talk about all the different like relations of parts and how things are measured and ratioed so that everything fits together within the system properly. And it's, oh my god, it's really nerdy, but it's really cool. Monkey Kid was very hard to catch, almost torrent-like, and having to track it down on PC. Wow, really? I mean, that makes sense why I never saw it. I've heard that the show is phenomenal, though. I've heard that it, like, well, and maybe this is over-exaggeration, I don't know. But I've heard that it gets quite heavy and quite, like, emotional. Which is, exactly what I look for in a Lego show. It is so rarely the case. That's why I like Ninjago so much. It kind of, it's really good storytelling. But in general, I know a lot of people are really into Japanese mythology, but Chinese mythology has always been way more interesting to me. So, like, doing the story of the Monkey King and kind of modernizing that, I'm really into that idea. I might have said this earlier, but I actually can't remember. I know that there have been rumors that the Ancient Moon-Gazing Inn set, which actually, that might be a Christmas gift, a Christmas ask, Jet. The Ancient Moon-Gazing Inn is going to be part of a new line of modular Chinese or China-oriented sets that is maybe intended to appeal to the Chinese market in a way that Monkey Kid used to. I actually didn't hear that. It tells me to listen for a click, and I didn't hear the click. See this? Oh well, it's in there. Pretty good. And I wish that those two things could coexist. I love that there's more Chinese mythology media existing in the zeitgeist these days. As a fan of Ninjago, it's going to be right up your alley. Great 2D animation, if a little different in style, in a good way. Have you watched Ninjago Legends Monstrosity? Because I kind of imagine the show. I've seen screen caps, and that's kind of how I imagine the show to look. Monkey Kid is generally in that Legends Monstrosity vibe. That show was crazy, by the way. If it's like that, that is a massively awesome thing. There's a lot of really small pieces in this. What's the piece count on this set? 1,293. Well, and the set was what, $120? So, yeah, that's a pretty consistent piece count. Pretty consistent price per piece. So I guess that makes sense. we're getting into the Knight's Kingdom here with these ratcheting joints. Oh, that was another, speaking of castle, that was another set that I recently picked up at a used Lego store, not a Bricks and Minifigs. I just recently went to a used Lego store and I had some store credit to burn, and they had one of the Knight's Kingdom. Really? Oh no, these go in here. One of the Knight's Kingdom buildable figures, and I picked up one of those, and that was an awesome find. I have one from before, but I want to collect more of them. That's a pretty good comparison to Monstrosity, a favorite. I just made a custom Kai's minifigure from it, in fact. Oh my gosh, I have to see that. I wish there was a way in YouTube chats, like live stream chats, where you could send pictures or links. I understand why they don't. For people who are much larger than myself, that probably sounds like a terrible idea. But I wish I could see pictures of it. That sounds awesome. Did you do it in the black and white style, or did you do it in the like if it were colorful? Colorized. That's the word I'm looking for. English, good. Between the Fire Knight mech and the Guardian Dragon, those were some. That was a legendary run for some really cool display oriented Ninjago sets. I love. Of the two, the only one I have is the Fire Knight mech, and that is such a pretty set. And it's very much. I was into that thought. And from what I heard, actually, that in terms of set design, a lot of people felt that it was very Monkey Kid inspired. Because I know Monkey Kid does some beautiful mechs. I also just love, like, I know people have done a lot of, like, crossover, cross-compatibility stuff between Ninjago and Monkey Kid. I saw somebody made at one point, they turned the City of Lights from Monkey Kid into Ninjago City of Lights, so they modularized it in the same way, like in the same style of the Ninjago City sets, and that sounds awesome. He's colorized. I ended up using red gauze tape for his mouthpiece and cape, which worked out great. That does sound awesome. Hey, no worries about monopolizing the chat. I love chatting. That's what it's there for. That is the whole reason that I live stream, is to have conversations like this with people like you. PBS Kids. Sponsored by people like you. Thank you. That's a niche reference that I hope at least somebody understands. Okay, they both go like this and then in from the sides. Is this how we're building out our legs here? And then do these go slide all the way in, or only a little bit? No, only a little bit. I love Ninjago technique. I might have a Monstrosity poster to frame yet. Oh heck, is it? Hang on. It's attached to the wall. I'm the Fire Knight mech poster is up there on the wall that I. Those posters are so cool. I hope that Legends Duskfall is as good as Monstrosity was. I'll admit that my expectations are low, just because I don't want to, I don't know, be bummed out. But, wait, what? Oh, I put it in the hole, not the axle. Interesting. So then this little bit flops around. Yeah, my expectations are low, just because I don't want to be bummed out. But gosh, if it's good, that would be amazing. Am I stupid? Maybe. Does this go onto? Nope, this just rests. What? How is this? Yeah, like that. But this conflicts with those. Did I do this backwards? I did. Incredible. Like this, and then these both go in like that. Cool. Then back to this side. Oh. Listen, maybe I am not as smart as a 14-year-old, and maybe I'm struggling with this 14 plus set. But in my defense, I've been building the entire 2017 fleet of cop cars from Lego City. What do you want from me? Oh, and these are backwards too. Okay. If only I could read. The sign can't hurt me because I can't read. Put that in there. And then this over like this. I'm with you, and I'm very worried about them killing off my favorite ninja of the future, though the show has not premiered yet, so who knows. I think it's probably a safe bet to assume that all the main ninja are dead, right? Because it's set like, at least what I picked up on was that it's set like hundreds of years in the future. Enough for, I think they show like the Fire Knight mech just like rotting away. Or sorry, the Titan mech, Kai's Titan mech, rotting away over time. So I'm willing to bet that they're dead, but I think it's going to be so far in the future that it won't matter. What I'm curious about is if they end up bringing in Zane and Lloyd, who are theoretically immortal question mark. So because Master Ivo looks like he's an ice character. I don't know. We'll see. But I would imagine that they're going to be dead. There's a shot from the trailer that looks straight up like they kill Kai in it. I texted my friend who just recently got into Ninjago, and I was like, yo, you're not going to believe, I think they're killing off, I think they're just showing Kai's death on screen in this show, which is going to be nuts. And then there's like a big time skip, a couple, like hundreds of years in the future. I'm then skeptical, though, if they're going to, like, if they're bringing back the Great Devourer and the Ultra Dragon as something that, like, happens every so often, like, you know, a couple hundred years, that feels kind of cheap. That's, I think, the stuff that I'm most concerned about is, like, are they doing what the Ninjago movie did, where they're just, like, taking the beats from the show and reimagining it in a different art style for, I don't know, new fans or something? Interesting that one of these has pins and one of these has... Oh, this is the backpack! Oh, cool. That's the thing that I'm most curious about this. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained all over the place. I'm jumping around here, but bear with me. That's one of the things that I am the most curious about this set, is if the backpack is going to feel as good as the original did when it's all put together. Oops, show one of these out. Because the like front of the box shows him holding the sword and shield and turning the backpack into the shield, but I want to see him with the freaking. They show it in the back here. Yeah, I want to see him with the wings, like he's supposed to be. Am I gonna get weird and elitist about my Ninjago mechs? Yes, a little. Really? This goes... Oh. Two of Interesting that all of these wings seem like a little bit different from one another too. Still on my want list for this year, though, is going to be the Old Town. That's probably the set that I'm the most excited about picking up at some point. And this is just with 2. Yeah, okay. Well, okay. This has 6 wings, and this is only gonna have 4. But maybe that's fine. Okay, bag 3 out of however many, and we're not quite halfway there. That's fine. I'm here for the long run. I'm hoping to be able to build this whole thing in one sitting. Although I have to leave at like in 2 hours. I'm going over to the Lego Discovery Center near me, is having an adult night that is themed around Ninjago, which I think is both crazy and awesome that we live in a world where we can have adult themed events, literally with like alcohol and stuff, that is themed around Ninjago. My music stop? There we go. I'm very excited for that, though. I'm excited to see what they're gonna have the adults doing. But honestly, most of the people that I know who are into Ninjago are adults at this point. That could be because I'm not friends with any literal children. That, you know what, that's probably it. Yes, yes. Kind of shocking to me that we're able to pack this much into mechs in this day and age. But I suppose you got to fill the piece count somehow. An Ninjago event sounds awesome, and in regards to the moon gazing in, is sitting on my shelf just beckoning me to build it, but I've got no room for it right now. My 11-year-old son and my 8-year-old daughter both love Ninjago. That's heartwarming to hear. It seems to be just doing really well, and I'm glad that that's not all like adults who are returning to it after all these years. I'm glad the kids like it too. 'Cause I have no way of knowing what kids like, but obviously it's meant for kids. My wife and I have been talking about like different shows that we want to introduce our kids to at different ages. I was like, okay, at what age can we introduce them to Lego Ninjago? Because as soon as they get into it, they are going to have their dad's whole collection. They're going to have like the OG sets from back in the day. They're going to be the coolest. My only takeaway is that yes, they have to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender before Ninjago. That is totally fine. They're basically the same show, he says on the internet. Well, heck, then we can build the Avatar: The Last Airbender sets with them. I hope that those sets are reasonably affordable after all of these years, and they aren't horrifyingly expensive after retirement, because there were only 3 of them made because Lego SpongeBob ended up taking the Nickelodeon pie from them. What? Oh, I didn't even notice there was a stud on top of this. That's crazy. Okay, so wait, is that Ninjago before Star Wars? Or is that both Last Airbender and Ninjago before Star Wars? I think I could do either of those. My son was 4 years old when he discovered Ninjago. It's your wallet you've got to watch like a hawk. Yeah, I believe that. Do your kids have fun, like, with, like, I don't know, I just imagine that that's got to be so much fun to have a parent who's also into the thing that you are into. Last Airbender before Star Wars, Ninjago anytime. I like that. I'm cool with that. But yeah, like, my parents were really old, and so there are things that I'm into because they're into, but nothing that, like, I don't know, nothing that we can share in the same way that, like, if I had kids who were into Ninjago, like, oh, you best believe we're, like, waiting up and watching that. I want the nuance that's in The Last Airbender before the black and white morality of the Sith and the Jedi in a lot of Star Wars media. I mean, obviously, we've had this conversation before, but I agree with you on that. Star Wars is very, I mean, obviously space opera, but that's what everyone calls it. But I would argue more so than space opera, it's a Western. It's very, like, good guys and bad guys, cops and robbers, like, there ain't room in this town for the both of us, like, that kind of morality. And that's not really how humans are. It creates very epic... That's part of the reason why, like, for me, I really enjoy the prequel trilogy, even though, like, the performances are not great, and the script is not amazing, because it kind of doesn't need to be. It's all very, like, sweeping broad strokes of storytelling. And as long as the characters are, like, believable archetypes, like, it's fine. I feel like Ninjago gets more and more nuanced as it goes too. I'm sorry, are you telling me that it's not nuanced when in the pilots of Ninjago, Jay goes, ooh, we're saving a girl. Is she hot? You telling me that doesn't have nuance? And he does it with, like, a Brooklyn accent too? Big pieces. Pieces that are big. Oh, I guess the sticker works either way. Could have done that better. Oh yeah, no, the Ninjago pilots are, I love them, and I could quote them almost entirely from memory, but they're a lot. And Sensei Wu's accent gets, let's just say it gets way toned down as the show goes on. The infamous, and I will not do the accent, but I will say the quote, which is, "Father would not want you to do this, brother." But that's not how he says it. A white man, what's his name? Michael Dobbs, or Paul Dobson, I think. 2011 was a time. That's really cool the way that that's built out of tiles. Don't let me get soft on this set. There's a combination of the Castle Ninja theme. Oh, Castle, the ninja from the 90s that had the yeah. I know what you're talking about. It was very like ninja and samurai, and it had the what I'm thinking of is the chrome gold samurai horn piece. And I think, is that where this dragon's from? It's from Old Castle. It might be from Old Castle Ninja, but anyway. Combination of the Castle Ninja theme and my son's interest in Ninjago that brought me to it. Oh, I see. There's the characters and storylines that made me stay. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to age myself terribly and say that I got into Ninjago when I was a child. I was just like right in the perfect age demo when it initially came out. And so that's kind of how I got into it. And the most interesting thing to me has been introducing it to other people in my life. I introduced it to one of my college friends. I introduced it to, obviously, my wife. And I introduced it to some of my friends in my current adult life. And the most interesting thing about that to me has been like how many adults have embraced it so wholeheartedly. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of family media anymore. Everything has aggressive age demos, but Ninjago feels like it has elements that can appeal to broad audiences. I think, yeah, for sure. There's subtext to Ninjago where it you could enjoy it as a kid for kind of those similar broad archetypes that Star Wars has. But at the same time, as an adult, there's a lot of things that you can read into. I know people talk about Moro all the time as like their dream Ninjago character, but like there's a lot of aspects of his relationship with Sensei Wu that like make me emotional a little bit, you know? I'm concerned about this piece, which seems to be only held on. I think I did this wrong. I truly do. But yeah, that like aspect of like feeling like a failure and being promised things in your life that aren't going to come true, like that. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I just aged you as I was there for Classic Castle Space City. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I wish I was there for those things. I got into Lego. So my era was obviously Ninjago, but even before that a little bit, it was Fantasy Era Castle. It was Knights Kingdom 2. It was what else? Agents and kind of the Bionicle a little bit. These are at least what my interests were. So yeah, I apologize. Boop. This is essentially going to be a mirror of the other leg, isn't it? It's fine. But you know, honestly, I think that was the classic castle era, the classic space, etc. What a better time to be into Lego. There's something about it that's purer and more creative. Did I do that wrong? Yes. I think I'm 1x2. Oh no. 1x2 white plate, or 1x2 tan plate. That's why. Yeah, the Black Dragon was initially used for the Castle Ninja theme, later used for the Dragon Masters faction. Yeah, okay. And I think it was also used for the LEGO Adventures Orient Expedition theme as well. But I could be wrong about that. Unfortunately, mine is missing. It actually is broken. So he's missing one of his horns. But a lot of what got me into Lego as like, people got me Lego when I was young as like gifts and stuff, because I think that that was a good toy for kids. But what got me really into it was I had a slightly older friend who aged out of a bunch of the Lego that he had gotten over the years, and just gave me a big bin of just like stuff. And so that's where I have a lot of my stuff from like the late 90s and early 2000s from. That's where I got that dragon from. And I'm very grateful that he did that, because here I am building Lego on the internet. All because of that. Oh yeah, she's a fantastic one. And what's funny too is that the same friend that gave me that dragon. So here's that gold dragon, or the black dragon with all the gold bits. You can see here's the missing horn. It broke off right there. I don't think it's in focus, but that's okay. With the red wings, he's got the eye. The same friend who gave me this also gave me this, which is just one of the regular black dragons, but he's used a silver Sharpie to color it in with the same types of markings as the gold dragon. So now I have a gold dragon and a silver dragon, effectively. And I think that's really fun. So I have them both sitting up on a shelf that has a bunch of books about dragons. It has, all of my, like, Aragon books and that kind of dragon-themed books shelf. And they get to watch over it. They don't make dragons like that anymore. Heck, they don't even make dragons like the... oh, I put it down over here. They don't even make dragons like this anymore. These huge, like, molded dragons. Now it's all brick built, which is... I don't know. Maybe better, maybe worse. More system, I guess, but I don't know. They're just fun. The big molded ones. I said, yeah, it's a different type of mock altogether. This is the same person as well who did this monstrosity. They cut up, this is a Viking's torso, and they glued it to, they cut the head off of a horse, and they glued it to the horse body to make a centaur out of it. And then they did a little bit of paint up through here to try to make a centaur out of, a handmade centaur. Which is horrifying. And yes, a different type of mock altogether. Oh, that's another theme that I was into when I was younger, was Castle Vikings. I think somewhere I have the Fafnir dragon, which I think was in a ship. And there was the Fenris dog. That was all made out of like weird Technic parts. That's what I mean. Like, that was just a different age of Lego, different era, more creative, I think. I guess I'm biased. When you call yourself the Brickstorian, you're on the internet, you're kind of setting yourself up to wax poetic about an older time, I suppose. That right on there. About our third one of these. Also, I didn't mention it earlier because I wasn't paying attention, but gosh darn, that is a thick thigh right there. Holy heck! Especially compared to the original. I mean, I love that we're getting so much sand green parts, but that is one thick thigh. Crazy. And sticker it up. Go. Did you pick up the recent Viking Village set? I did not. But I have a friend who just recently, or actually is about to get married, just recently got engaged, and they bought when they moved in together for the first time. That meant a couple years ago. They bought the Viking Village set. They like built that as a team building adventure, and I think that's very sweet. I recently had a comment because I posted a video talking about, if you haven't seen it, talking about Lego display sets, specifically like the term display slot. And somebody asked if the Viking Village set might be considered display slot because it's expensive and it's for, aimed at adults and that kind of thing. And I was like, oh man, I don't know, because that basically is a giant play set, really. I think it's really cool looking. And I love that, I don't know, it feels like the fantasy version of a modular building, or like the big Creator Advanced sets. And then your friend might appreciate what Lego Harry Potter did then. I believe they now have centaurs in the line. I have seen that as well. Unfortunately, that friend is no longer interested in Lego, which is fine, but yeah, no, for sure. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to Harry Potter sets, mainly for the J.K. Rowling of it all. But they do some. It's basically modern castle. Like it's the closest thing that exists to a modern castle or fantasy theme. So it's cool that there's a version out there. We're not judging the sticker skills, all of us. I used to when I first started on YouTube, I was very anxious about my sticker skills getting judged, and so I had a whole soldering set of helping hands to help me place stickers properly. And now I don't care. And honestly, I think I've gotten better. I'm gonna leave that there as the evidence of my proof. The evidence of my whatever. And I think I've gotten better just winging it. My rule is always that they're proportioned so that they're the same distance away from the sides as they are from the top. And so if you can position them on like 3 edges so that all of the gapping is consistent, then it's pretty likely to be consistent all the way around. Yeah, people who are in the chat shouting about the Windex method, and then I tried the Windex method and it ruined a sticker. So, never again. Although apparently Lego themselves, they promote, for lack of a better word, they suggest that you do the like soapy water method, where you just put a little bit of soapy water onto a piece, and you like can kind of place it and then move it around a little bit. I don't know. I like cool that they are a proponent of it. It makes me nervous. I learned too much about Lego sticker play. What could you possibly have learned about? Oh no, sorry. Wait, that was Michaela. Never mind. Yes, you did learn too much about Lego sticker placement. I am aware of that. I wouldn't consider the Viking Village slop at all. You're absolutely right. It's a large playset style build. Yeah, I recently added a one-piece dock set to it. Oh, that matches remarkably well to expand it. That's cool. See, look, you're doing that's mock building. You're getting creative with it. That sounds awesome. I've actually seen a lot of people getting really excited about the One Piece theme. I have never watched it. Not for any reason. I just haven't gotten around to it. But people are talking about it as like the next new like play theme, basically. Like it everything's pretty well priced. It's mostly stuff for kids, and it's fun play builds. People are super into it. Whoa, that's a cool technique. Hang on. Come back off. So I got this little engine block here, and this has a little bit of a sticky uppy in the front. And so look at the way that lines up perfectly. That's nuts. Personally a fan of any Lego sets that's mini scale, effectively a dollhouse if you play with it right. Yeah. So I was just reading a book about Lego history, and I found out something interesting. And now you've turned me into an unskippable cutscene. I learned that the Lego tile, was invented in the late 60s, early 70s, because Lego wanted to branch out into the market of making furniture for dollhouses. Specifically, they wanted to allow people to make furniture for their own dollhouses, and so they released the tile so that you could build furniture for your dollhouses out of Lego, and then you could like put them in a dollhouse and they wouldn't be covered with studs, and they would blend in well with third-party dollhouses. And that's why the tile was created. And then eventually they moved into like, hey, what if we made our own dollhouses? And that's how Belleville and Scala, and then later on Friends, all came to exist. So now you know. You use the yellow brick you use the brick separator to place your stickers. I see. So you just put it on the tip there and then place it like that. Well, I will have to try that out on the next one that I get to. Oh, we've got hats. I like that we're continuing the tradition of using hats to cover up joints. It's just a different hat now. That's some brickstery. Yeah. Yeah. And I know way too much about how the mini doll was developed as well, which honestly gave me quite a bit more appreciation for the mini doll. They basically did a bunch of focus testing into like how kids played with Lego, and they learned a lot about how and why kids like play with Lego and what they want to play with, and ended up coming to the conclusion that the proportions were good for the minifigure, but they didn't work for everyone. Put it into the mini doll, and I'm willing to bet that in 10 years. There will be as many people who love mini dolls and have nostalgia for them as people who hate them nowadays because they don't look like minifigures. That's my conjecture. We'll see how that holds up. But I need to do more research into it. It basically boils down to like when they made the minifigure, they just like tried something and it worked. But for the mini dolls and for the conception of Friends as a theme in general, they did a lot more research into like what do people like? And why are we not lining up here? What are we doing wrong, friends? I just threw pieces around. For the hat, it looks like an eye. Yeah, with the little pupil in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Horrifying. And attach. Okay, alright. What am I doing wrong? I missed a... Yep, okay, there it was. When in doubt, read it out. I've not built Lloyd's Titan Mech yet, but loving a lot of the techniques and parts you're showcasing. Yeah, I'm going a little soft on it. I'll admit it's cool. The next one that I'm looking to build after this, obviously not today, but the next set that I'm looking to build is going to be the X1 Ninja Charger 15th anniversary remake, and I'm fully anticipating that one's going to grow on me as I build it, because I think that's the one that I was expecting to obviously get really mad about, and then I was expecting to build it and be like, well, I don't like the remake nature of it, but the set itself is actually really cool. This one I was not expecting to have that reaction to. I was expecting to hate this through and through. but here we are. Oh, I have to build 2 of these? Oh, I wish they told me that in advance. They definitely did. It said it right there, but I can't read. What's the big eyeball monster thing again in the Moro season? That you were thinking of the Preeminent, who is the entirety of the Cursed Realm folded up within herself. How does that work, you might ask? Don't worry about it. And then when she died, the Cursed Realm died with her. And so all of the souls that were trapped in the Cursed Realm passed on to the Departed Realm. Which is how Garmadon was able to be resurrected. Why Mora was able to show up. What a baddie! Oh my god, disgusting. No, get out of here with that. That's one of the things that concerns me about going to this. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to the Ninjago event tonight. But one of my friends who's going with me is not caught up on the show and is definitely going to get spoiled. And that's not much I can do about that. I love everything about the Kai Charger set but the price, like everyone else, hoping to catch it on sale down the road. Yeah, no, that is for sure the right way to do it. I think I'm gonna get it. I'm getting it sooner rather than later. Specifically because I have a video idea about it. Oh, did I do this on the other one? Yes, I did. Okay. Specifically because I have a video idea. And so I want to hit it sooner rather than later. But yeah, the price, I mean, the first long form video that I made that blew up on my channel was ranting about how overpriced and expensive that set was. So no, I'm fully with you. I'm supposed to be writing D&D, but my head empty. Have you considered Ninjago D&D instead? I'm helpful. Hey, that just means you're having so much fun hanging out with us that your brain don't want to be doing anything else. And that's respectable. I wonder if there's anybody, I mean, there's got to be, but I wonder, theoretically, if there's anybody who plays like a Lego, I mean, sorry, a Ninjago-specific D&D game. I am 100% positive that people play D&D with Lego, because I have done that as well. I was in a D&D campaign where like the whole shtick was that we built our characters as minifigures, and then we built little like Warhammer-like terrain to go through it. Noah, hi, how's it going? Ninjago D&D sounds awesome. How does one get started with Ninjago nowadays? Seems like a massive line to collect for. I'm going to give you one recommendation to start with, and then you can build out from there. And it's this set. This is the 15th anniversary character display. Does not matter if you are in it for the 15th anniversary or if you're getting into it for the first time. It is the only set that I can think of in the last like decade to come with all of the characters and be a nice little build as well. It's a fun display set if that's what you're into. It's a fun play set. It has some really cool stickers. It's just a good build, and it comes with all of the characters. And I will sing the praises of that set until it's no longer around. And actually, it's a reasonable price as well, is the other thing. It's for the amount of pieces and minifigures especially, it comes with one of the anniversary figures. That's how I would recommend getting into Ninjago right now. And then after that, if you want to get into the older stuff, just wait. Truly, anything older has gotten so expensive and hard to find. I recently was going through, I made a Bricklink wish list when I got back into Ninjago a few years ago after falling out of it for a little while. And there are so many minifigures that I put like price limits on where I was like, don't buy this set for more than say $5 or whatnot. And every single one of those minifigures is over $50 at this point. So I just don't even worry about the older stuff for a while. Hopefully it will go back down at some point. I'd probably buy the Ninja Charger now, but my wife gave me a playful rebuke last week about recent Lego purchases, as in Rivendell, my friend. Yeah, no way you're buying a $90 Ninjago set after picking up Rivendell. Good heavens. No, my wife has been wonderfully patient with my Lego hobby, as the wife of a Lego fan must be, or any partner of any Lego fan must be. We are reaching the point. We live in an apartment right now. We're at a point where like we actually don't have any more space, and so now every time I buy a Lego set, I have to like sit down with her and be like, okay, this is my plan. I have a plan of where this is going. Because it simply I can't just wing it. Thankfully for this set, I have a shelf specifically dedicated to Titan Mechs. I have this one. I obviously have the original Lloyds, and I have Zane's, and that's where I keep my Fire Knight mech as well. Ooh, gosh, his thighs are so thick. He looks like an anime hero, doesn't he? Like, like look at those thunder thighs, and that's as tight in as they go. They don't get any. Like, I can't... Ooh, that's nice rotation there. Very, very Gundam-esque. But I can only go... Oh, interesting. There's something going wrong there that I'll figure out later. But there's interesting thigh rotation. But yeah, no, this looks like Mewtwo. Yeah, exactly, Mewtwo build. Heck yeah. We're on the same page. And yeah, Lego Pokemon card addiction does not take up the same amount of space as a Lego addiction. It is not in the same league. Okay, we're on build bag 5. At the moment, I'm just throwing the bag remnants behind me. And so after I finish this, I'm just gonna have to clean up. I'm literally just like, hup. I'm just gonna have to clean up all these bag parts. Okay, we're doing foot stuff. Nope, I regret saying that out loud. We're building feet out of Lego. Building feet. Ooh, this is a new piece. This is like a little rubber stopper. Oh, blacksmith. Oh my gosh, sorry, I didn't even see that. The Buell 15th Anniversary Blacksmith is another easy set recommendation, taking you back to the first season. I concur. Yes, that's also a good way to get into it. This year in general, I mean, listen, as mad as I am at there are some folks who are, I feel, taking advantage of Ninjago and driving up prices in a way that feels really unpleasant. And just to, I don't know, make a quick buck off of the hype from Ninjago's 15th anniversary. The 15th anniversary itself has been really lovely. The blacksmith set, the character display, and just like the shows, the events, the love from the community. People are getting super into it, and I think that is really nice. What other legacy? Oh, the Old Town. The Old Town has so many like references and stuff. That's yeah, I don't know. It's just been a good time to be a Ninjago fan, especially an adult Ninjago fan who, like, I don't know, it's not really necessarily considered the coolest theme to be into until this year. Now people seem to be really into it, and that brings me warmth and joy. Those are really okay, whatever. What do I know? Designer. If Lloyd had a Pokemon, what would it be? I mean, it's got to be green. I don't know. I don't think about that. Why is it Axew? Oh yeah, because it's green and dragon type. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I haven't looked, but are Ninjago prices as bad as scalped prices in Lego Star Wars? Ninjago prices now are not as bad as Star Wars was in 2020, which is kind of a roundabout way of saying it. But like, when people started getting into Lego Star Wars as part of the pandemic, the market went absolutely insane, and it became a whole like investing thing, which I'm personally not a huge fan of. And so the scalpers just like went nuts, and it was impossible to get sets, and everything was super expensive. I would say that Ninjago is not as bad as that, but a minifigure that I'm talking about Lloyd DX, a minifigure that last year or 2 years ago was the rarest Ninjago figure used to cost $200, $250 maybe. You could probably get it for $150 if you were really careful or really scrupulous. Now goes for over $1,000. So let that tell you. I see game guests that you have to, or game quest rather, that you have to go. So I'm just gonna go through your chats real quick. Old Town is one I've been waiting to reward myself with later in the year, sitting patiently my girl. Oh my gosh, you already have it? That's awesome. Also, Kenny, wait, are you Scottish? That's awesome. And you have to go pick up your daughter at school, but it's been great chatting. I'll catch the back end to see your thoughts on the Titan Mech. Heck yeah. Thank you for coming by, my friend. I really appreciated the conversation. It's good to find somebody who is, as invested in some of the what I consider the old fun. The Old Town is one that I'm waiting on right now, because I don't have space for it. But specifically, I'm waiting for somebody to come along and make a really cool mock modification for it that integrates it into the Ninjago City style. Mainly because that's the only place that I have space is alongside my Ninjago City. And so if someone can like modularize it, that would be great for me, because then I would have space for it, kind of, almost. Not quite, if I'm being totally honest, but like a little bit more than... Really? This goes down? Hang on. Yeah, down like that. Connected by us. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. It actually shows you, like, make sure that it's down like this, which it is. It's a 1-to-1 scale. Look at that. Keep it down. And then we get to build his big honkin' sneakers for whatever reason. He has big honkin' sneakers. I feel like there's a lot of Ninjago on store shelves, and scalping isn't really as bad as with Star Wars. You just pay retail. Yes, for stuff that is... for stuff that's current, yes, I agree. For stuff that's older, though, like anything that you're looking for that's retired, or any just like, I don't know. Yeah, if you're looking to get into the history stuff, older stuff, yeah, it's pretty bad. Is it as bad as Star Wars? I don't know. I come from the land of Pokemon TCG scalping. No, that's fair. And that's kind of to my point about where Star Wars was in 2020. Was like, I remember trying to get Star Wars sets, and they just, especially particular ones, like if you were into like the clone battle packs and such, no, you just simply could not get them. And no, you're right that Ninjago is not that bad right now. For which I'm deeply grateful, and I hope that doesn't change. Also, I saying that to the tune of I come from a land down under. This is going to be a fun direct comparison, doing this to the this foot here to the old one. My goodness, darling. curious to see where the pretty blue piece is going to go. Certainly somewhere invisible. We'll just leave it there to tantalize you. And then, yeah, it's got to be somewhere invisible. Ooh, this is a very satisfying lineup process. Yeah, look at that, to get this little pointy toad. You could fit a little something in there. You could fit a little piece of paper. You could, like, I don't know where I'm going with that. There's just a fun little gap there. Cute. This really feels like they're leading into the sneaker thing. I got to do some research into who the designer of this set was. Because that's another fun part to come out of the Ninjago 15th anniversary, is all the love for, like, designers specifically. Ninjago designer Lee Chi-wing has posted a bunch about the sets that he likes, the sets that he's proud of that he designed this year. And he's gotten a lot of, like, personal love, which I feel like you don't see from set designers very often. There's not a lot of people looking at Lego as just kind of a large, overarching system. Wait, if I take this off, let's take this. No, okay, that won't fit, so that's fine. Sorry, I mean a large overarching corporation, and they don't pay a whole lot of attention to the designers. I think the most interesting thing for me about that is that all of the sets that I really like from the 15th anniversary are all designed by Lee Chi-wing, and all the sets that I don't like, or I think are, like, priced poorly, don't seem to be. Examples of that being the X1 Ninja Charger and this set, I don't believe are made by him. Does it say actually in the manual? No, it doesn't. It should really say somewhere in the manual who designed the set. Give your set designer some credit, Lego. I know that there are people on Bricklink. Ooh, that's very specific. Not Bricklink, sorry. Brickset tracks set designers. Unless they already have this, maybe someday Lego will publish an Ninjago history book with designers included. A specific history book, I don't know if that exists, but they have history books for specific topics. So they have the history of the elemental powers. They have histories of the show. What I really want them to make is an art book of some kind, like concept art, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm building 2 of these rats. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I should have been following that. You know, they make them a lot for movies and video games, and I wish that they would make an art of or making of Ninjago series. That's something that I think is missing. If that's kind of what you're thinking of. I mean, if you're thinking of, like, history book in universe, they have, like, visual dictionaries and stuff. Usually with an exclusive minifigure as well. Oh, they should do like they do with Lego Star Wars, where they make like a George Lucas minifigure or whatnot, or Marvel does like a Kevin Smith minifigure. They should make a Tommy Andreasen minifigure to go with like a 15th anniversary history thing. I think that they probably will. I know that they're coming out with a new, I believe it's a character encyclopedia later this year. Oh, Michaela, here's where it goes. It goes inside the foot, and actually I already used one on the other foot. That's why. There's only one. Sorry, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh yes, they're coming out with a new form, like a character encyclopedia or something like that later this year, because they're making a legacy remake of the Titanium Ninja Zane outfit from Tournament of Elements, except they're not including his armor or his mask. It's just him with his hair, which is a super strange choice, because that will be now the second Zane minifigure that they've remade, which they haven't also made a remake of the other ninja in that suit wave. Does that make sense? Am I speaking gibberish? It will be the second Zane minifigure to get a remake of a suit of which none of the other ninja get the remake of that suit. I'm going to hope that that made sense. But yeah, I long for my Ninjago art book, especially because I know that there's a lot of really cool concept art, and you can find it on like the Ninjago wiki in places. But I really want some like super high-res scans of some of the Ninjago concept art for like a phone wallpaper or a desktop background or something like that. Because there's just some like beautiful pastoral. I know that there's one concept art of the monastery. The blacksmith shop and the monastery actually. But the blacksmith shop is this like beautiful pastoral scene that is just like beautiful to behold. And I would love a high-res copy of that. I remember seeing your Ninjago minifigure wall. How many minifigures are there to collect? AKA, how many in the dictionary to show? A lot. Let's see. We're on season 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're on what? Season 19 of the show currently, and there are at least 6 minifigures, one for each of the main characters from each of those. That's 19 times 6, plus any of the villains from those seasons as well. And then there's just, there's... You know what? Hang on. I can do a quick search. Assuming my computer doesn't die while it's looking it up, which is very possible. About 1,000. It seems like. Now, am I going to collect every single one? Absolutely not. That minifigure wall, which, first off, thank you for remembering it. I appreciate that. That minifigure wall just has the main 6 ninja, and it just has them from seasons 1 through 10, which is the Masters of Spinjitzu era. And it doesn't have any of their casual outfits either. So it's just like the main suits plus anything that really feels like it needs it. So like I'll have the NRG suits or the Air Jitsu suits as well, but it's mainly just the main outfits. And then after that, I got to figure out what I'm gonna do after that, because there's just so many figures to collect, and they're all really expensive, so I'm kind of not worrying about it right now, and I'm more focusing on the current stuff. Of which now I'll have multiple copies of this Lloyd CX. Maybe I'll sell it at some point. And to that end, there's also like remakes of sets as well. So this is a remake of a set, which means that there's remakes of minifigures, of which that is a remake of a minifigure. So yeah, a lot. All right. I think. Nope, it's to the front. These feet are weirdly, not weirdly detailed, but there's kind of a lot to them. I appreciate that they've got rubber padding on the bottoms though, so that they don't slide around, because that's something that I run into with the older version of this set. It's just smooth on the bottom. That's kind of a comparison of, well, you know, they're actually quite similar. No, they're similar, and I'm gonna like them. Rats. We're on track for a devastating defeat here, guys. Get it? Defeat? Anyway. There's two of defeat. I'm very funny. Alright. Is that? I like that this almost feels like laces on a sneaker. Like this feels like a very sneakery kind of shoe. As opposed to, I don't know, a boot or whatnot. Bing. And then they're very specific about which direction this goes, which is interesting. Get that right? Yes. Good, Anakin. Good. All right, you know what? I hadn't even noticed. We've just passed the halfway point. That's good. What? It's 4 o'clock, so about another hour. I've been going since 2. It's taken me to, well, so I may not finish this build quite, but I think I'll get pretty close, unless I really hustle. Oh, I see. These hook onto these little mini ball joints there. That's why they need to be a certain size. And then we have this cool ankle support system here. That's kind of crazy, the angles you can get with that still working. Something's clicking, I don't know what it is. But that's pretty crazy. Oops. You pop right over that. Alrighty. We now have feet, which means we now... Whoa, that's so sturdy! Holy heck! Compared to... Hang on. Pieces to the side. Compared to this one, I mean, it's already dwarfing the original. Wow. It is, to the shoulders, as tall as this is to the top of its head. That's nuts! Where maybe I won't have room to display it. Oh, God. I believe that you can finish it. What's the largest Ninjago set you've built? That would be the Ninjago City Gardens, which was from Legacy 2021, and was, I want to say, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Ninjago set ever at the time. It's a big, like, modular set, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and also... it's huge, and it took me a really long time to build. I built it with my wife when we moved into this place, but even though I bought it when it first came out, but I couldn't build it at first because I didn't have anywhere to put it, and I didn't want to have to deal with transporting it. So it sat in, just like under my table, in its box for 3 years, I think. So yeah, I didn't have anywhere to put it. And so then when my wife and I moved into this place, we were not married at the time, still dating, but we moved in here and we built that set, and that's what got her caught up on Ninjago. So we just watched like 1,000,000 seasons of the show and built that set together, which was a very fun experience, and I have some just lovely memories from that, and I will cherish that set always for that reason. That being said, it took an ungodly amount of time to build. Okay, we're on to bag 6. Just Poppy right there. Big Poppy. Yeah, it took a crazy amount of time to build. It took like multiple full days, I want to say. Well, I mean, not full, like 24-hour days, but we built it while watching the show after like eating dinner, for example. And I want to say that it took us probably a couple weeks worth of like 2-hour build stints. So yeah, probably between 14 and 18 hours. That being said, that set is much larger than this. This is 1,200 and something pieces. I want to say 1,290, but that's without checking. That set was 5,000 pieces. So that's, when I say the largest set that I've ever built, it's that, and it's not close. To be fair, if I sacrifice eating dinner, maybe I can finish this set before I have to leave. And if not, maybe I'll just get the X1 Ninja Charger and I'll build the two of them in the same day. That's setting myself up for success, isn't it? One set is too easy. It's so easy, I'm not going to finish it. And I'm going to do 2 sets. Oops. And I think that that's also probably the biggest Lego set that I've ever built. It's not just the biggest Ninjago set I've ever built. It's also the largest Lego set that I've ever built. I don't know if that's... Yeah, because, I mean, other than, like, UCS Star Wars sets, you're probably not very likely to get a whole lot of bigger Lego sets than that. Assuming we're doing the hands here. There we go. Yeah, because we have the big wheels, which are a bigger version of the little wheels. The little big wheels that are on that one. That makes sense. Rank limits. Oh, I lost that piece. Good thing they give extras, I hope. Oh no. Oh no, it landed in my shirt. I got it. Perfect. That's dense. Great way to binge watch Ninjago. You'll get your food. Chicky Nuggies plus Lego equals good time. Heck yeah. Well, so after this, after I finish this for the day, I'm going to a Lego Discovery Center near me for a Ninjago night. Ninjago Adult Night, which I'm looking forward to. But that is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm leaving here at 5, unless I sacrifice dinner, and I just, then I don't have to leave quite as early. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about that, and we'll see how my wife feels about that as well, because that would be her dinner too. But you know what? I thank you for your faith. I also have faith in me. I think I can finish this. I'm gonna say that the biggest parts are behind us. I mean, we're more than halfway, right? We've been going since what, 2? So we've been going for 2 hours, and we're here. So surely that's fine. Am I going to include it in a video? Probably not. I might just, yeah, because I don't know if I want to whip out my camera during it. But no, they're really fun. They at just Lego Discovery Centers, if there are any of those near you, they do adult nights pretty much once a month. So you just get to go and enjoy the Discovery Center without any kids. Obviously, if kids can enjoy the Lego Discovery Center literally any time. But if you're an adult and maybe don't want to deal with that, well, you also can't go to a Discovery Center if you don't have a kid with you. So they have these adult nights that are just a little peaceful, quiet time. You get to go and you get to build. You get to drink adult drinks and eat adult food, whatever that means. And they have little build challenges and competitions and prizes that you get to take home. You get to ride on all the rides without having to worry about kids. This one in particular happens to be a Ninjago night. They're not always. In fact, I've never seen one that is Ninjago themed before. But Ninjago's having a kind of a big moment with the 15th anniversary. Wow, I'm dropping pieces like there's no tomorrow. And I think that they've realized that there are a lot of Ninjago fans out there who are adults. So I don't really know what to expect for going into this one. The last one that I did, what was the theme? I know people built like biomes as part of their build challenges. So I want to say that it was like environment themed or like ecology themed or something kind of along those lines. Am I doxing myself right now? No, I'm not. They do these all over the country. And specifically the 5 long, which is this one. Good. I believe they all are doing them. All the Discovery Centers are on the same like time frame. If not, it's kind of a general vicinity thing. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see what Lego themselves as a company views as being like fun for adults. You know? I mean, obviously this is 14 plus. Never made a fully adult Lego Ninjago set, which is fine. It's not really for that. But I'm curious to see like a Lego hosted event that is Ninjago themed. What is that? But of course, there's no world in which I'm not gonna go. You bet me? Come on, man. Oh, big wheel time. Yeah, look at this big wheel compared to the big wheels on the original. Yeah, we are for sure scaling up. I want the one that has the spokes. I think. Cool. This is a piece I've never seen before. It's a Technic pin on one side, an axle on the other side. Oh, it's supposed to have a bushing there as well. Half bushing. But it's a really long Technic pin. It reminds me of the ones that they had in Bionicle days. I just looked. They have one in a Discovery Center near me too. 2 hours away though. Boo. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It helps to be close to one. But okay, good. Good to know that they are doing them everywhere, and I didn't just accidentally dox myself. But also a bummer that it's so far away. I mean, hey, if you get in the car now, you might make it. Never know. Wow, that's a snug fit. I'm making 2 of these again, guys. Why don't you remap me when I don't read things? How dare you? This one's going opposing. Ooh, that was funny. There was just a snap in my music, right in time with me snapping these pieces together. All right, back. Oops, I ripped a page. Oh, I'm gonna feel terrible about that, but oh well. Just pop that guy right there. Okay, we're hustling. I wonder why they use one of these instead of just like a full plate. Usually they do that if they want it to have some sort of quick release. You wouldn't want a quick release in the middle of the set. Maybe they do it for the same reason that they put colorful bricks inside of sets that are mostly monochrome, because they want you to have more colorful parts if you're rebuilding in the future. Oh, look at this pretty little sunlight that's dappling my hand here. That's very picturesque, or as my father would say, picture squee. Okay, again, another one of these 5 longs. Yeah, I'm excited to go. I'm excited. I know that some Discovery Centers have this piece of lost media lost media. It's just not available online anywhere, but it's available in the Discovery Centers, which is like a Ninjago 4D experience, I think. It's in a cute little movie theater, and it is the first piece of media where Sam Vincent voices Lloyd, from what I recall, and it's the last piece of media where they have their old designs. And so it's this weird anomaly of the new voice actor with the old design. And I think that that's very strange, and I want to see it. But also, I'm going with a friend of mine who is not up to date on the show. And so they will get spoiled, and I will just have to be okay with that. Oops, I definitely built this backwards. Did I? Yes, I did. Big wheel time, and that's the end of our last plastic bag. That is good. Nope. Okay, so there is a wrong way to do this. Like that they want it. That makes sense. We're cruising to the end of this bag. I really want to get to... Oh, I forgot there's an anniversary figure in this set, too. There's Hibernus, the Master of Ice, is in this set. Yep, there's the page I ripped. Oops. Which I can do about that now. To be clear, I don't really care about it for, like, value, resale value. I'm not going to resell it ever. I just, you know, I like my collection to be neat and tidy and well packed. So rips are a bummer, but that's fine. And here, and then these go in the armholes. They go like this. Oh, there's multiple points of articulation here. Well, I mean... Wow, look at that pose that I've already got him in. It's just like this dynamic little walking pose. Okay, alright. Maybe I will like this set. I'm going to have to eat my hat if I do, though, and I don't have a hat on me, so that's going to be logistically tricky. I'm going to have to buy a hat, and then I'm going to have to eat it, so I'm just going to have to buy a hat for the eating, and it's going to be a cheap hat because I know I'm going to eat it, but then it's not going to seem like I value it, so maybe I'll get an expensive hat, and then I'll just eat the expensive hat, and I'll feel like a fool. Is that what you want? I hope that was somebody's first introduction to me. Hearing me rant about hat eating. I will also say I hope that my air conditioning is not too audible. I did just buy a cute Pikmin hat. I don't want to eat the cute Pikmin hat, though. I like that hat. That's the thing, is I can't eat a hat that I like. That would be just silly. And a waste of a good hat as well. Oh, this is a hand. Get it. We've moved up from doing hand stuff to foot stuff. I willingly put this on the internet. That's fine. And there we go. At least the hand is kind of the same dimensions as the original. So that's where we're at so far. These big sneaker feet. Oh gosh, he rotates a lot in the movement. He's floppy. Okay, you can't hear the AC. That is good to know. Big preach. We're running low on stickers, and so that's a good feeling. We have 4 more stickers to go. 2 of them are fun little banners. I think I won't start panicking about time until 4:45. There we go. Ah, sticker game on point. Excellent. Down here, and that in here. I feel like this hand design has been around for quite a while, which is not a bad thing. It works well enough, but clearly, I mean, it's been around since. Oh, I guess they did it slightly differently on this one, but the fingers are all the same. Which, I mean, I guess how are you going to do fingers differently at this scale? It works well enough. 2 and 3. 1. El otro mano. There, now we can bring his arms down. And his arms up. And he can be giving double thumbs up. I don't know, they're a little, you know, maybe the thumbs are a little small, but who am I to judge? Oh, we're building one of the wings here. That's a strange place to... Oh, no, I guess maybe we're building both wings. It's a strange place to divvy it up. I guess less of a strange place if it's... Oops. Nope. I grabbed that one. Hey, look at that. I'm excited for these red pieces here. I think that's one of my... Ooh. It's one of my favorite things about Lloyd's Titan Mechs specifically is the little pops of red here and there. Right. Mm-hmm. This is the bit that I think I'm going to be the most divided, I guess. Oh, well, it might be divisive as well, who knows. Over is going to be the wings / swords / backpack apparatus in general. Because I like the transparent wings on the original. This one doesn't have that, which is a strange choice. Just make it transparent instead of sand green. Okay. You go. That popped off. That's not good. Now let me fix this backpack. Yep. One thing I saw the set designer mentioning was that this backpack is actually cross-compatible with the one on Cole's Titan Mech as well, that came out last year. So you could theoretically swap them around. Sand green, best color. I agree with that. I think I agree with that. Although I like sand blue as well. But why not make it transparent green? Transparent green is also a good color. Look how classy the big wings are on that one over there. I guess it just feels unique, you know? Missed the blue-green piece used, by the way. Where did it go? In the middle of the foot, exactly as invisibly as you suspected it would. It was pretty sad, but cool that it's in the set, I guess. Interesting, the extra pieces that they provide over there that I'm not going to end up using. I don't think of either of these as pieces that I should get extra, though. But happy to get them, I suppose. I wonder what this big pin here is for. There we go. There's two of our backpack wings. And they are very posable, so maybe we're at the beginning of our redemption arc. All right, bag 7, and we're on to the head. 7 of 8, right? Yeah, there's only 8 bags in this. All right, I think we'll be fine on time. He said I was opening a bag full of so many pieces. And all we've got is its sword. Oh, I guess the two wings, the sword, and the. I feel like if they're small, sometimes they just include them in case they get lost under the couch or something. That is true, but I feel like some pieces are smaller than others, right? Like some of these pieces are a little. Ooh, one of my favorite Lego pieces, the D-snot piece. Call that because it does not on top, but also has a D shape in the back. Not because I'm some weird, gross heathen. But I like we're starting with the head on this build. I think that's the last thing you built on the original. I remember being sad about that. It is a tremendously, small and overly detailed build, though. Not overly detailed. There's no such thing. Bad thing. And yeah, there's even more of these little pops of red. So we're swimming in a sea of sand green.
Discovery Houston, ATO.
Sure. Oh no, this is the front. I bet because this is where the horns come out of. Yep. And this is the little eyes and the little mouthpiece. Okay, it's kind of cute. Yeah, and then this is going to be the connection piece on the back. I see the vision, I do. However, I'm struggling to find a piece, I am. Again, I'm hoping that one of these days I will be missing a piece. You might be like, why would you want that? Well, because people always complain that they're missing pieces. And I find it hard to believe that it is so common to be missing pieces in a Lego set. And so, for example, I have never been missing a piece in a Lego set before. And if it's happening to everyone else, I want it to happen to me, gosh darn it. Yeah, here's our little dragon handle horns. Good detail to include. I turn this upside down. I like that they decided to keep it this way. I guess I'm kind of surprised on how many of these things they kept the same, when I thought that this set would be so different from the original. Especially with their weight calculations they do on assembly lines, potentially some clout chasers. Yeah, you're probably right there. Gosh, this little This is a little beard. They made a frog a beard. Yeah, I mean, clout chasers are certainly a thing in the Lego world. I feel like it's also like family and friends complaining about it a bunch. Like, really? Are you missing pieces, or do you just not know? Do you lose them in the bags? I feel like it's losing it in the bags thing. I wonder why this hole in the back of the head if we're not using that to attach. There we go. All right, and we're done. That's it. That's all, folks. We have our guy. Just huge. He's so much bigger than the original. But this one has, I don't know, the head proportion to the shoulders. This one's got a much smaller head, much broader shoulders. I'm struggling to hold firm here. See how that goes. I guess I still don't think that he looks quite right, but of course it might always just end up being a thing where I end up liking the build, even though it's not a good remake. It's like when you watch a movie and you're like, man, that was a good movie, but it wasn't a very good adaptation of the book. I feel like that's, you know what, that's how I feel about a lot of legacy sets. That, like, they could be good sets. Oh, am I building 2 of these? Oh, you better believe I am. Oh, I'm getting on this early. We're blazing. We're speed racing. But yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of legacy sets, is that they can be good sets on their own, good builds on their own, but as remakes of sets, they lose something. I'm planning a whole video to talk more about this at some point. Because clearly I have strong opinions, especially between like this and the X1 Ninja Charger and the Legacy Ultrasonic Raider from ye olden days, and the Legacy Ultra Dragon from ye olden days. A lot to say. Goes on like that. And like this. I guess. And remember, I'm building 2 of each of these. Catching on, I suppose. That. And this goes in the same place. This one. Okay. Then we build the opposite thing. How did I mess that up? Is it because I built the same? Yep. Let's flip that around. Oh, pop this on. I'm interested to see how they do these shoulder blades, because I feel like they introduced a piece for this. I guess they didn't. Just have they have stickers going down on that one. Will they do stickers on this, or will they, something I've noticed on this one is that they're using brick built instead of stickers in a lot of places, or prints, which is probably a improvement. But I'm seeing these pieces here, which is a molded piece that did not exist. That's what I was thinking of. That was a molded piece that didn't exist when the original came out. Looking for a brick. Here it is. Forward. These are going on these little ball joints up here. Whoa, we're breaking stuff. I'm actually, you know what? I'm kind of building better now that I'm rushing than I did when I was taking it nice and easy. Maybe it's because I'm talking less. I apologize for that. There's one. Same deal here. Those. Oh, another set of these, really? Oh, okay, they're slightly different. Oh, interesting. That's a cool technique. That might be my favorite. No, no. That might be one of my favorites is popping a plate on here and sliding this in so that you get it like half a plate shorter. So that when you pop this on, oh, wait, this goes all the way down here. What do I know? Two. These shoulder pads are going to be like 80s style huge. Good heavens. Oh, I think my cat's going to come over and try to join me here. I don't know if he can, but he's going to try. Here he is. This is Gotham, everyone. Everyone say hi to Gotham. He's very intrigued, but he likes to be included, you see. Hopefully he's not going to scatter everything. Hello, tiny friend. He didn't like the kisses, I guess. That's understandable. Oh, this is a sticker on a curved piece. Is kind of... You know what? If I can get it to line up inside here... Great either. That might be good enough. That one. Let's see if we can replicate it on the other. Cat cameo. Yeah, he's just gonna leave his tail there. The whole honking tail just sitting right in my way. He says, I love you, Dad. I love when you build Lego. I'm going to scatter it. Close enough. There we go. Okay, set these aside. Two. Excuse me, sir. No, it's okay. You don't need to freak out. This is normal. What do you think? You can just hang out with me for as long as you would like. He's a very polite boy, you see. He is... How old is he? I got it in 2019. He was born in 2019, I believe. So he's 7. And he's just he's gonna give himself a little grooming here. The good kind. All right, one. There's the other. Wow, that looks really cool. Got like color blocking in the middle there with the red. Looks awesome. Same dealio Bashmilio here. Oh, I forgot a piece on these other ones. Which I forgot 2 pieces. Oops, going back. Tiling. Ooh, we're even tiling it off? That's nuts. I remember there was a time where people used to dog on Lego so much for not tiling things. They tile everything. Maybe too much? I don't know. I'm sure that there are those who would say that it's too much. That looks very clean. This is all built out sideways. Wow. Alrighty. Look how I don't know if you can see his face. No, you can't quite. But he's like staring. He's so focused. I do think he might be sitting on a piece. But you know what? I'll let him have it for the moment. And now aren't there YouTubers like R. Slugger hardening for return for the more blocky look? Yeah, no, for sure. I think, you know, it is no surprise, but people always want what they don't have, right? And that makes sense. Let's see if I can find this piece while I talk. It makes sense, but it also feels a little silly. Like what is it you actually want? Back 7. I actually don't think that... Where is this piece? Is it under here? No. Is it under here? No. Oh my gosh, guys, did it finally happen? Am I finally short a piece? It's definitely not in the bags. Well, interesting. I'm going to give a good chuckle if I was talking earlier about missing pieces. And then this ends up being the one that I'm missing a piece on. Did my wish come true? Yeah, like, kind of it feels like, unless my buddy here's, ow, he's biting me. Unless he's sitting on it, which is not impossible. I'm missing one of these little wall pieces here. I mean, I guess I'll leave it for now. Uh-oh. Where am I missing these from? Oh, gosh. More tiling. I skipped literal whole steps. Isn't that fun? But no, if my wish came true on this just like out of nowhere, that's gonna be crazy. Did I get that right? Isn't really meant to be put on at this phase of the build, but we're making do. There's these kitted beans. He says destruction, and I help you with Lego, Dad. Except he does not help. Only destroy. 2. Ah, nope, there it is. Gosh darn it. Alas. My wish cometh not true this day. Pull this off to fix it. Well, that's no good. Gotham says, I'll go fix it. Oh, man. So, noted. The legs pop off real easy. He's gone. Little man is gone. Okay. Good to know about that. Where did this piece come off of? Uh-oh. Well, I'm sure it will turn up. Noted. It's a little fragile. But I guess aren't we all? Pop that there. Pop that there. Same goes on this one. Wow, so it really is like tiled from every angle. So impressive. Pop you on. Pop this back together. There we go. Any missing obvious parts? No. Okay. There you go. Where was I? Here. And these are just stickers. But I have to make sure I get the right way around. Like that. Stickers are hard, but at least these are supposed to look like banners. So if it looks like crap, that's allowed. Interesting. These stick into the shoulder pads. Two banners that the original simply did not have. Okay, so it's what it gains in posability, it lacks in stability. I suppose that's relatable. Okay, bag 8. Push these off to the side. I still don't know where this fell off from. No, I'm sure that will crop up. But last bag, and I have a little bit of time to do it in. Okay. Do we believe in me? Kinda. This is also our bag that comes with Hibernus. A 15th anniversary minifigure. I will say, 3 minifigures for a set this expensive. Kind of a bummer. But, oh well. Oh, I didn't even realize he had a dual molded face. It's kind of fun. Super cool to get this figure. I am rounding out my collection Slowly but steadily. I feel bad because the 50th anniversary like characters are such an obvious like spend a lot of money and buy a bunch of sets that you might not have originally bought because you want to collect all of the minifigures ploy, just like it was with Star Wars. But like I'm absolutely gonna fall for it, and it's not really falling for it if you know what's going on and you willingly submit to it, right? You can't be willingly tricked, then it's not a trick. I'm going to maintain that to make myself feel better. He's pointy. Don't hit him with your elbow. We're basically building those little mini smaller wings also onto the bottoms of the big wings as well. That's an interesting choice. I don't think I've ever seen this piece before, this giant curved plate. That's new. One more down than that. I will say, as much as I was dogging on this before, this part specifically, it does look really cool. I regret to say. Just the idea of like a giant shield is a very cool concept. Giant sword and shield style mech. I just don't feel like it's right for Lloyd's Titan mech. But that does not make it not cool. Oh wow, this is bulky on the inside too. Yeah, that's fine.
Liftoff of mission 41U, the first flight in the orbit of Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
I'm definitely seeing some of those building techniques that make it 14 plus. It definitely feels more complicated. Like it's not just that. I guess I often think about like the 14 plus, the age rating being about size, and this one feels much more about the complexity thing. Oh, you're heavy too. What the hey, dude? These actually I put on backwards. He's doing the splits, sorry. There we go. There's one of his egg wings. He's literally so big that I have to reach around him to like build. Like, this is an uncomfortable angle for this arm. I'm gonna move him up here. Oh. He's heavy. He feels like lifting my cat. Other direction. Piece under here. I do have a piece under here. What is this piece? Is this a mop handle? But I'm Lloyd's Titan mop. That's a good one. These are also just very... They almost feel like almost cyberpunk. Maybe, I don't think cyberpunk is the right punk. I think there's a different kind of punk that it is. But they feel like very unique. Technopunk? Is that a thing? Or is that just another word for cyberpunk? I think people who are big fans of anime would like this set. It has kind of that Gundam style to, or just Gundam fans in general. It has a very Gundam-esque feeling to it. Which I guess all of the Titan mechs kind of have to an extent. I don't know why they have me put this little red... Hey, well, here's this red tile from earlier. No. It's the one that I'm going to use. I see. I don't know why they have me put this little red tile in here. I feel like I cover it pretty... Yeah, I do. I cover it completely. That's strange to have a tile in somewhere where you're not going to see it. Wouldn't you want a plate or something that provides literally any structural support? Is maybe like size-wise as well, one of the largest sets I've ever built. Noah, you were talking earlier about like what's the largest Ninjago set I've ever built. This might be the second largest, behind literally the city sets. There's an Urban Dictionary definition of technopunk. It's pretty much the people you see in the cheesy 90 movies hackers. Yeah. Okay, fair. This is not the right direction. That. But I kind of imagine that the right direction one will crop up. I'm not going to say that I'm missing a piece, because I don't want to get up my excitement up over nothing when I'm probably just blind. Yeah, so I don't know if this is techno punk, but it definitely feels, I don't know, something punk. It feels punk, I'll tell you that. Punk. I don't know what the actual definition of like something punk means. Cyberpunk, techno punk. I don't know if I can think of another one off the top of my head. I'm almost there in just one live stream. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just in terms of like weight and like scale and gosh, it's huge. Sword time. I did build a sword. I get the sense just looking at this little diagram here compared to this original sword. I get the sense that this is gonna, like, look at the blade for this thing. Oh, this is gonna be silly. It's gonna be like proportioned to its sword in the same way that a Lego minifigure is proportioned to like a katana, where like it's the length of its entire body. You know what I also wonder too is in the X1 Ninja Charger, everyone's mad about it not being accurate, myself included. But then they're including it in Dragon's Rising Season 4. I wonder if this is going to show up in Dragon's Rising as well. So I believe they're going to the Neverrealm, which is where Lloyd abandoned this mech. And it feels like it can't be a coincidence that they decided to make this of all sets as an anniversary set. But this is the same kind of holding weapon design that they did for the Fire Knight mech, where it like the pin goes in here and it looks like it's flush, like the hand is holding it. Oh, hey, here's our mop piece. It's really just slide in here. And this is our little tassel. Yeah, that sure is an upscaled version of this tassel. That's wild. Let's go in like this, and this like this. Yeah. Interesting. Grab the biggest sword piece you've ever seen. Oh wow, so it's not like Lego Dream Show where some of the sets are featured in the background for a few seconds? Oh no. Is that really, does Dreams do that? Where like sets just appear and they're blink and you miss it kind of thing? No, Ninjago's they're way more integrated. Like you watch a season of the show, and it's been funny watching it with some friends who haven't seen it before. And we'll be watching and they'll be like, that's the big set from the wave, isn't it? They'll like see it on screen and I'm like, yep, that sure is. Interesting, this sword gets a second sword. Oh, but the other way? Do this upside down. Yes. Oh, bro, that's crazy. That feels like Monkey Kid right there. That's nuts. They did with their treehouse set. Yeah, it is better marketing. I mean, people go absolutely nuts for it. It's kind of the thing that it's why Ninjago's been around for so long. I think is that it has really good integration between the sets and the show. That's part of the reason why I was mad about this set existing in the first place, is because in the show it looks like this. It looks like this set, and they even showed screenshots in here of it looking like this set, not like this set. So then when they remade it They changed up the design, which is such an odd choice. Wow, that's very clean and cohesive. You know, it'd be like the treehouse shows up in dreams and you're like, oh, wow, look, there it is. And then they release the set and it just looks completely different. What? Then why did we do it this way? I keep making the comparison to my friends and family who have to sit as a rapt audience listen to me complain. It's like if they made a Transformers like movie and then they made Transformers that just look different. It's like, well, hang on now. What's the point of this? Okay, so this piece is left over, which tells me that I used another piece somewhere incorrectly. And I think it was on one of these wings. I'm gonna pull these off real quick. I'm gonna slot them together the way that they are intended. Try to spot... Oh, well, yeah, that's certainly something's wrong here. Which of these is it supposed to be like? Look how this side's a lot shorter than this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this side is too far down. Move these all up. Remember when I said that I was doing great and because I was rushing? Yeah, that aged well. That there. Okay, that lines up better. So here's the issue that I'm having. Is that this piece is supposed to go here. Oh, no, it's not backwards. No, they're both backwards. That's the issue. Boom. Boom. Fixed it. Okay, now we can pull these apart. Put them back on the backpack. Okay, I will come back to build the Hibernus build in a second. But I'm going to put this to the side for the moment. And you go here. And you go here. And so we have our 4 wings are all back here. Which is not quite like the 6 wings we have over there, but it's still wings. And then sit him down. Give him this sword. Which, by the way, size comparison. That's nuts. And he holds that sword. So there, now he has his famous sword. And there is the entire Lloyd's Titan mech that cannot even fit in frame completely from top to bottom. He's got big rubberized feet. He's got these crazy ankles here. He's got knee articulation that's very smooth. His legs go up and down. They go in and out a little bit. Well, maybe not anymore. Oh, there we go. Got to kind of ease him into it. But that's some pretty nuts articulation here. He does not have nuts articulation, unfortunately. All right, let's build this side build really quickly because it is 5 p.m. and I gotta... Oh! The sword goes on the back? I'm sorry, I just saw this in the manual. But the sword... That's cool. That might make up for all of my... Well, does it? Oh, like this. That's so cool. Get this into focus, please. Nope. All right. Well, it sits on the back like that. That's so cool. So then he can stand and... he does look like he has nuts articulation. Oh, that's interesting. And interesting too that this rotates around. So if you need to change, you know, if he's holding it in this hand, you can hold it like that. But if he's holding it in this hand, you can rotate it to look like that. That's pretty cool. And then there's a bunch of other things he could do with his hands and with his weapons. But I'm not as interested in those right now. I'm gonna set him to the side. Oh, the set did look completely different. The Dream show wasn't very good from what I saw. I haven't seen all of the Ninjago shows, but they're much better. Dreams needed to revise their scripts. Yeah, I've been wondering for a while, like, Ninjago does so well and is so humongously popular. People love Ninjago and it's been going for so long, and then they try to do the same thing with Dreams and it doesn't seem like it's doing as well. And I have often wondered why that is the case. Because the sets are really pretty. I guess my theory has always been that the sets are really expensive. Every single time I see a Dream set that I want, it's way too expensive. And I oh my god, I can't justify that. But that's a bummer to know that they're not like the show either. Because there are so many of them that look so cool. And there's so many cool pieces that they use in Dreams. Like, I feel like they get so much budget. Okay, so if that goes on this side, then this goes like this. This goes like this. Get our four little thingies. We pop this on the front. And that's where our friend Hibernus goes. The original Elemental Master of Ice before he gave it to Zane. And the cool part about this is that if I take this giant 50th anniversary character display, I can flip him around and he slots right on to the side here. And now he's in line with the others, which is very, very cool. We're slowly building out our collection. I am the corporate shill for Ninjago, and that's fun. And that'll do it as well for our Titan Mech build here. I'm still missing, this piece fell off, and I don't know where it went. So I'll have to dig back through it. But here is our comparison. Can I fit them mostly in frame together? Yes, mostly. So there's a couple really... okay, here's my just initial thoughts. If you want to see the rest of my thoughts, I am going to be making a full-length video about this at some point soon. But basically, it's a lot fancier. This one, the proportion of the head to the shoulders, I definitely like the shoulder plates on this one better. They're just bigger, they look nice, they're very well proportioned. This one, it makes the head look small, while the head look big, while the shoulders are small. This one, the head looks small, and the shoulders are big. So I actually like this one's head, but I like this one's shoulders. I like this one's chest. I like this detailing in here, and I like the little Lloyd symbol. And I feel like these blade pieces lock in here a little bit better, while these technically can like move around. Maybe I did something wrong there, but they lock in here, but they're not like locked in there. They just rest there. I like the proportions of this one's legs better, but I like that this one has knees. And I like this one's feet better. They feel really like agile, and the articulation here is crazy, given what they are. I like the sword on this one better, even though this one's bigger. I think it's a little bit too much. And I like this one just fine. I'm bummed that this one doesn't have the spinning saw blade, because that was like an actual thing that it had in the show. That's something that I might talk about more in my longer form video, is that like this one has a spinning saw blade on its arm, and this one has nothing, just the ability to add the daggers. This one has his 6, don't worry about the fact that this one's black. This one has his 6 wings back here, and they're all transparent green, and they have these little things. This is in the show, that's not much to shoot off, but this comes off, and it's a flying thing. So it flies around on its own. It's a little drone, and it has these little spring-loaded shooters here. There's one, and there's one over there. And it has these prints here and here. These are like fan blades. So this is very much meant to be its own thing. This one has a backpack, and it does come off. But this doesn't fly around like it does in the show. And these wings aren't transparent, which feel very different to me. The cool parts about it are twofold. I'm going to take all of these wings off to show you. Backpack goes back on his back. Okay. These wings here can actually go together, and then they can slot into his arm. There we go. Hang on, let me fix something on my computer. So now he has a sword in one hand, and he has a shield that I've broken in his other hand. And that's neat. I think that looks cool, but it's not really accurate to the original. And then if I remove the shield and I remove his sword, I can take these and I can do something with them. The manual might actually tell me. Okay, gotcha. I can take these and I can slot them into the bottoms of his bionicle hands. And I can make little like wrist dagger things. So, your mileage may vary on that. And then they all come back off, back onto his front. Let's go 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4. His leg fell off once more. So, you know, some upgrades, some downgrades. I think it's a strange choice for them to have made this set, but they did. And I spent a lot of money on it. He's heavy. Like, this one is easily twice as heavy as this one. I know I'm kind of at a weird angle, but easily twice as heavy. So, anyway, thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you, Noah. I appreciate you, GameQuest. I appreciate you, Michaela. I appreciate you, Jet. Folks who chatted, hanging out, giving me your opinions as we went, and just for, you know, spending your Friday afternoon with me. I think I am going to call this here. It'll be a great video. Thank you. It could be an extension of your play versus display video. Thanks for the Ninjago lore and recommendations. Of course. Yeah, I definitely want to do a video about these remakes and like who they're for and why and yeah, kind of an extension of that video. So definitely keep an eye out for that. That's going to be my next project. And for now, I am going to say goodnight. And please enjoy the rest of your day. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to go have fun at the Lego store. And until I see you next time, thank you for watching.